What's up, everybody? So, I've made like 2 decks since, let me see, I've made one, 2 decks since I last uploaded a Yugioh Masterduel video, but I didn't want to make videos of that, so I got this, where is it? Ukiyoe P.U.N.K Amazing Dragon. So it's a punk deck. I'd say it's pretty good. I haven't tested it a lot in PvP, or dueling or whatever, but I'm still learning the combos and whatnot. Is it good? I don't know yet. Before I get into that, let me just go all the way to the main menu. Gotta drop that plug, you know what I'm saying? So there is a monster type festival coming soon, so next week, and another XYZ festival next week. There's a lot of gems in it. I think you can get about 3K. Let me look at the event info here. Okay, it doesn't say, but you can get about 3,000 gems in there. So next, so let's do the deck profile. As soon as this finishes loading, I don't know why it's open. Alright, so I call it the Psychic's Dragon Deck Punk. It's not a pure punk deck. It's a 41 card deck. I feel like it just makes sense to have it 41 because, you know, it's a psychic deck. You're going to be drawing a lot with this. You're going to be returning cards to your opponent's hands. You're going to be sending your monsters to the graveyard, and you're going to be negating your opponent's field quite often. You'll also flood the field with level 7s. So those are the main 5 things with this deck. So before I even go into that profile deck, so when I say level 7s, 7, so these are all the XYZ monsters that you can potentially get. I know you probably can't see it there, but some of the main ones will probably be, you can get Big Eye, Red Eyes, and number 89, Diabolus, the Mind Hacker. You can literally build the deck around this character, but I decided to go this route. It's pretty annoying. Yeah, and it's OP, it's underrated. I don't even know if it's new. I just saw the card being used by another player, and I was like, what is that? And then apparently it fits well with this. So that's why it's in the deck profile for the extra deck. Alright, so these 6 cards could be anything, really. If you're someone who wants to go on your opponent's turn to negate an effect, you could use this. You are going to be drawing a lot, so these 2 you could probably scratch down to 1. So again, Effect Veiler 1, Maxi 2, Ghost Ogre. It destroys a card on the field. If an opponent activates something, you can destroy. Yeah, so whenever an opponent activates something, you just send this to the graveyard. It's a quick effect, and you can destroy it. And you can use it from your hand or your field. So it's also a tuner. That's why it's in here. And it's an ultra rare. It's kind of pricey to get, but level 3 tuners are important, and it's a psychic. 2 Ash Blossoms. Alright, so this card here will pretty much be your starting combo maker, breaker, whatever you want to call it. 1 is okay, but Oh, so what does it do? Because right, not everyone knows what this does. So you can pay 600 life points, fusion summon one punk fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material, and then it has a quick effect. You can pay 600. After this effect resolves, synchro summon one punk using monsters you control as materials. So this monster, Yugioh Punk Sharakusai, will be used to summon Rising Carp, or will be used to summon Jam Dragon Drive, or I believe you can also use or fusion or synchro summon the Amazing Dragon. Let me just double check that last line. Yeah, synchro summon one punk synchro monster using, yeah, so you can pretty much just leave them on the field and then wait for your opponent's turn and then boop, quick effect, boom, done. This card here, basically to get a spell card from the deck to the hand, so you're going to be paying life points a lot. You're going to be running out of health, or sorry, life points pretty quickly, but there's like 3 different ways you can gain life points. So you can probably waste like 4,000 life points, but then get back 4,000 life points. It's yeah, it's a bit of like a not a coin toss, but a back and forth with this deck. So you can also, with this card, this is the Wagoon. Besides getting the spell card, when your opponent activates a card effect that targets, you can draw 1 card. That's pretty much it. So there's draw power here. Mad Spider, one of these. So you can pay 600 and get the trap card. So there's 2 trap cards and 2 spell cards that are important to this. Beside that, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes halved. Pretty good. Pretty good. No Punk Z-Ammon. Pay 600, get a punk monster from deck to hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, which you'll be doing a lot, you can select a punk monster on the field to gain 600. It's pretty good. 2 of those. Or, well, I mean, you know what, you could run maybe 2 Madames, but I like boosting attack because this doesn't have high attack power. That's the one thing that is struggling. So 2 Punk Z-Ammons. Deer Note, very underrated at first. Then once you learn how to play the deck, it's like, whoa, I went from 1 to needing 2 of these. Yeah. So you can reveal 1 other punk monster in your hand, special summon this or that monster. Boom, that's it, right? But you have to send whatever you don't summon to the graveyard, which you do want cards in the graveyard. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target 1 monster in the graveyard, except a level 5, special summon it, but you cannot special summon this card. Boom. So pretty much you can, I don't know if you guys read that, you can target 1 punk monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So if you literally have Amazing Dragon, Dragon Drive, or any other punk monster, you can literally just summon it. Even Rising Carp. That's why there's no Monster Reborn in this deck. You can literally, like, every monster, every other monster has a Monster Reborn effect. Alright, so these are the lower level punk monsters. So now this is where it's not a pure punk deck. So 2 Kashitira Fenriers, 2 of these. What does this do and why is it in here? So it's a level 7. So 1 level 7 plus 1 level 3 tuner will give you Baron the Floor, Sword Soul Supreme. It'll give you Chaos Angel. Yeah, so it'll give you those monsters, right? So its effect, what does it do? So if you control no monsters, special summon it. It's a 24 beater, not bad. During your main phase, you can add 1 monster from the deck to hand. When this 1 face-up card your opponent controls, and banish it face down. Wow, very scary for anyone who runs a pure Kashitira Kashtira deck. So 3 Kashtira unicorns. This one's pretty good. You can special summon it the same way. You can add a spell card from deck to hand. When it attacks, you look at the extra deck and banish one monster. Wait, look at your opponent. Yeah. So yeah, look at the extra deck and banish one monster face down. That's nuts. Again, it's a level 7, which helps with the level 3s, getting that tuned up. Also, you could, yeah, we'll leave it at that tip for now. So, now the higher level punk monsters, no punk Foxy Tune. This one is the one that gets you the life points back. So once per turn when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you gain life points equal to that monster's original attack. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. Tribute one punk monster, special summon this card from your hand. You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Send one card from your hand to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon it. So this gets you the life points, this gets you monsters in the graveyard, and again, a special summon effect. 3 of those, yep, and 3 of these. So Ogre Dance, what is this? When your opponent activates a monster effect, you can make this card gain attack equal to that monster's effect, or sorry, monster's original attack until the end of this turn. So I've literally had moments where someone has a 3k beater monster with an effect, they activate it, then boom, I use my effect, I gain that 3000 attack, and then they kind of just like do whatever they were going to do, and then they end their turn because it's like, well, you can't attack a level or an attack monster with like 5k attack. So what else can this do? Once per turn, you can tribute a monster, special summon this from your hand. You can send this card from your hand or field and add a punk monster except a level 8. So if you have level 8s on the ground, basically, and you need a level 5 to what's it called? Synchro summon? So 5 plus 3, that's 8, so that would get you these guys here. So this is basically like if you don't have the right number, you can swap to a 5 or you can swap to a 3 to do your fusion or synchro, right? 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, you definitely need this. Yeah, don't play this deck without it. Triple Tactics Talent, you could use just 1 and swap it for whatever you're used to playing with. Instant Contact, 2 of these, what does it do? Pay 1,000 and you basically can drop a level 7 fusion monster, or sorry, one of these 2 level fusion monsters or a level 5 fusion monster. Basically gets you the number on the field so you can synchro. That's it. Field spells, 2 of these, there's multiple uses for them, so 2 works fine. What does it do? When you, let's see, special summon 1 punk monster. Wait, no, once per turn you can banish 1 punk monster from your graveyard. Special summon from your hand. And if a psychic monster uses life points to activate something, you draw a card. You could literally draw like 3 times in a row with this card. So that's what I'm saying. Max C, you could probably drop to 1, put something else you're used to playing with. But I run 2 of these because I want that effect quick. Gaguku, Punk, Wild Picking. What does it do? So at the start of the damage step, if your punk monster battles an opponent's monster, you can destroy that monster. You can only use this effect once per turn. If this card in its owner's spell and trap zone is destroyed, you can activate this effect. Punk monsters you currently control cannot be destroyed by battle, so it's got 2 effects. If you have this in the graveyard, you can actually banish, it says right here, you can banish 1 punk card from the graveyard. So if you have another one of these in the graveyard, you can just banish it. So there's a few of those. This Kashtira Birth is basically the broken part of this this deck, really. So you can literally normal summon a level 7 monster without tributing. Boom. During the main phase, you can special summon 1 of your non-XYZ monsters that is banished or in your graveyard. So you have, let's say, where is it? Let's say if these guys are in the graveyard, right? And it's your turn. you can literally activate this, special summon one of them from the graveyard. So yeah, that's pretty OP. 2 emergency teleports. It just gets a level 7, or sorry, level 3 monster. So any of these level 3 psychics to the field, from the deck, from your hand or deck. Look at that, that's not bad. And then the rest is just their typical stuff. Call by the Grave, Threatening Roar. I recommend it. Infinite Impertinence, 2 of these for hand traps. So this is the Punk Trap card. You can either do 2 of these or just 1 of these. You can target 1 effect monster your opponent controls and negate its effects until the end of the turn, and if you control a Punk monster, you gain life points to that targeted monster's original attack. So if you negate something that has like 5,000 attack, you gain 5,000 life points. Target 1 set card your opponent controls, or if you control a Punk, you target 1 face-up card and destroy it. So, you know, it's a nice little trap card, and you can banish these in order to use your field spell card, which is the engine of this this deck, really. So, Elemental Hero, Mariner, just a level 5 that you need for synchroing or fusing. Elemental Hero, a level 7. Elemental Hero, Brave Neos, just another level 7. You won't be using these without instant contact. That's the only reason and way you'll get them out. You can do 1 Rising Carp or 2. It's an ultra rare, so I was like, you know what, 1 is fine. I haven't needed it to get to 2, but 1 is fine. So what does this do? You tribute this fusion card and special summon up to 2 Punk monsters with different names from each other of your hand and or deck. Ooh, really. In defense position. If you Sacred Summon using this card, you can target 1 Punk monster you control. It can make a second attack during each battle phase. So, this is a level 8, and you want a level 3, so any of these level 3s on the field, right? So that you can Synchro Summon, where is this guy? For the Yugioh P.U.N.K Amazing Dragon, so that it can attack twice, and that should be GG after that. I can't never pronounce it. Emancipator Resin Dragite. If you don't know what this card does, I say just look it up. It just negates 1 spell or trap once per turn. That's really it for this deck. 2 Jam Dragon Drives. So what does this do? If it's special summoned by the effect of a Punk card, you can pay 600, take 1 level 3 monster from your deck, and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. If your opponent activates a card or effect in response, while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. So there's a lot of special summoning. So that's why there's 2, and it's a level 8. So if you have a level 3 tuner, again, you could literally use that and a level 3, and then this will get you Amazing Dragon. 2 Baron the Floors, Sword Soul, Supreme. I haven't seen a super big reason to use it, not yet. But you can potentially get this card up to 4,000 attack if you are using these Cash Tiras the right way. Chaos Angel, haven't had a chance to use it, but so if you can summon Baron de Floors and Sword Soul Supreme, there's a little trick to summoning this. It's 1 tuner light or dark. So it would pretty much be, where is it? So this is a light monster and your tuner. So that, wait, where's the level 2's at? Where's the level 2's at? There's a level 1. I mean, how can you get that? So you need 1 tuner. Alright, there's a way to get it. There's a reason why that's in there. Alright. Amazing Point Dragon. So what does this do? You can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of level 3 psychic monsters in the graveyard, right? So there's potentially up to 3, right? So they have to have different names. So if you have this one, and this one, when it's special summoned, you can target 3 cards and return them to the hand. Secondary effect is you can target a monster in your graveyard, except itself, and special summon it. So again, you don't really need Monster Reborn. Psychic and Punisher, it's a level 11, so whatever you're using to get this, you can get this. While your life points are less than or equal to your opponent's, this Synchro Monster is unaffected by cards, and on top of that, you can literally pay 1,000 life points and target one monster your opponent controls and banish both of them. And at the start of the battle phase, you can make this card gain attack equal to the difference in your life points. So, yeah, this is, it's literally called Psychic and Punisher for a reason, because you can really get this, if you're like really behind, yeah. Matter of fact, I'm a favorite, that one. Alright, now for the broken part of the extra deck. So during your standby phase, you can special summon one Kashitira monster from the deck, and these are those right here. So this one. You can only use the previous effect once per turn. Each time a card your opponent owns and possesses is banished face down, you can choose one unused main monster zone or spell or trap zone, and it cannot be used while the monster is face up on the field. So basically you can start removing monster zones or spell and trap zones from your opponent's side every time something is banished. So yeah, it's pretty OP. If this card on the field would be destroyed, you can detach one material instead. Yep. So I don't really want to do a PvP for this one. So we'll do regular. I wonder if there's anything in here. Okay, so we don't have these. Let's go straight to the highest difficulty one. Now with this deck, going second is recommended, but to show the real talent of it, I'm gonna try to go first here. Alright, number one rule, if you got Kashitira Fenrir, special summon that first all the time. Add a Kashitira monster from deck to hand, always add the opposite one that you have. Normal summon that. This will get a monster to my hand. Gonna need a level 5 eventually. So now I have a 3, a 5, and an 8. So if I reveal another monster, I can special summon this. So let's see, what does that get us? So that gets us 2 heavy hitters already. And that was like super easy to do, right? So we'll try to get at least So we're gonna special summon this guy. I mean, not that I needed to do that last part, but... So we got some level 8s already. And what's the other effect of this guy? You can tribute one, special summon this card from your hand. And then add one punk monster from deck to hand, except itself. So an 8 would give us Amazing Dragon, so I guess I'll show that. Since you kind of want this in the graveyard, if this card is sent from the field, you can target one punk monster in your graveyard, except itself, and special summon it. So we'll do that too. Alright, so now we got 10 over here and 11 over here. You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, add one punk monster, except to level 8. So we're going to stop right there. So now we got a lot of options. We got the level 10s, we got Amazing Dragon, and we got Psychic and Punisher. So if this was my like final turn or whatever, then obviously I would go for that one, but it's not. So let's get this guy out. And let's go with I mean, if I wanted to lock the game quick, I'd use Baron de Fleur, but I'm not one of those players, so I'll use this one. Start off strong with this guy here. And we'll special. That's the monster one. Yeah, let's go with this card. Defense mode. Alright, that's all we can do. Didn't really set up a border, but if I wanted to have Baron de Fleur out there, I could have. If a card is banished, I could banish one card from each field and graveyard. So I'm gonna banish that guy. And banish that guy. Wow. Wow. Alright, well, Harpy's Feather Dusher came right at the right moment here. Oh, negate the activation. Okay. Pay 600. Get a card to my hand. Oh, this also, again, it's a Monster Reborn built in. So let's get that guy, normal summon. This is gonna get us this. And that. Special summon something else, why not? And here we go, now we get to do the fancy schmancy part. Oops, wait a minute. That's not what I meant to do. Alright, hold on. Alright, no worries, no worries. I'm gonna go ahead and get the field spell card. There's a lot of options with this, obviously. So we're good so far. Get something to my hand. Alright, let's see what options we get. We get another Amazing Dragon, or Psychic and Punisher. And I haven't been hit once, but look, I'm at almost 5,000 life points here. Alright, Amazing Dragon, here we go. Alright, let's see. Does it go through? There you go. Alright. I'm gonna try that one more time just to see if I can get a different setup. We'll go second this time. Alright, first, special summon. During your main phase, you can add a spell from deck to hand. We'll add the spell card. Activate that. This, we pay 1,000. Special summon a... I don't have another, let's see, 3. I mean, that'll get us a level. Let's try the 8s, I guess. Alright, here we go. Oh, perfect, yep. So, Jam Dragon. Can show that. Okay, so we're gonna attack first with Kashtira. Activate. We're gonna banish one of these monsters. Wow, they got a lot of triples. Alright, so for this, if your opponent activates a spell card or effect and you control a Kashtira monster, you can target 3 cards in their graveyard, banish them face down. Alright, not the craziest thing to do at the moment, but let's see. Okay, so that ended the turn of that. So we'll start off with Madame Spider. Activate her ability, we'll just get a trap, even though I'm sure the game is won at this point. And that gives us Amazing Punk Dragon. And for each level 3 psychic we have, return cards to the hand. Is that exactly, oh, that's close enough. And whenever this card attacks, you can banish something face down. So I mean, pretty much eating away at this guy's cards. Poop, poop. Play the Punk deck, so I'll go back to the deck profile. Look at that one more time. Alright, so 1 effect Veiler, 2 maxis. You could just have 1 and just swap it to a card you're used to playing with. 1 Ghost Ogre, 2 Ash Blossoms, 1 Punk Sharakusai, 1 Punk Wagon, 1 Punk Madam Spider, 2 Punk Ziamans, just for the attack boost of 600, that's really it. And it's a searcher. 2 Punk Deer Notes, very good. I started off with 1, and I was like, I'm gonna use 2. 2 Kashtira Fenriers, 3 Kashtira Unicorns, 3 Foxy Tunes, 3 Ogre Dance, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 2 Triple Tactics Talents. You could do 1 and just swap it, the second one, for a card that you're used to playing with. 2 Instant Contacts. It's not a quick spell, that's the kind of sucky part, but it does help get a level 7 monster on the field. You just pay 1,000. You can attack or use the effects of that monster, or that fusion monster. 2 Jam Extreme Sessions. It's the field spell. 1 Punk Wild Pickin', 1 Kashtira Birth, 2 Emergency Teleports, 1 Called by the Grave, 1 Threatening Roar, 1 Infinite Impermanence, 2 of these. 1 Jirori Punk Dangerous Gabu, or I mean, you could run 2 of those. And 1 Jury Punk Nashiwari Surprise. I feel like it's funner to run the traps with this out of all the archetypes I've had before. I think it's the art, really. So for your Elemental Fusion monsters, Elemental Hero Mariner, Elemental Hero Aqua Neos, Elemental Hero Brave Neos. For your Punk Fusions, 1 Rising Carp, Adamancipator Risen. It's just a situational card. It's a level 8, so it's kind of easy to get. 2 Jam Dragon Drives, 2 Baron de Fleurs, 1 Sword Soul Supreme, 1 Chaos Angel, 1 Punk Amazing, 2 Punk Amazing Dragons, 1 Psychic and Punisher, 1 Kashtiri Shangra Griera, and I think that's it. That is it. So that's the, what I call Psychics Dragon Deck Punk Kashitiri Supreme Special. It's a 4-to-1 card deck. I've used it in PvP, but I didn't feel like doing that whole video right now. Alright, hope that helped with the deck profile. Peace.